Hi everyone, it's Derek from the iReady podcast here, and this is my reaction to the 2-0 win against Ross County in the Premiership today. Not a classic by any means, but of late it's been a difficult place to go. The conditions were a bit torrential as well, with the rain constantly pouring, and there's no doubt that the team and the management would have had maybe one eye on the game coming up on Wednesday, which we needed a lot of players for. So I'm not going to be disheartened with the performance, certainly not the result anyway. It's 3 points and up the road, well, down the road in this case, so I'm obviously quite happy with that one. We made 3 changes from the PSV game. We lined up Butland, Tavernier, Goldson, Suter, Barisic, Lundstrom, Raskin, Cantwell, Lammers, Roof and Dessers. On the subs bench we have McCrory, Jack, Lawrence, Cifuentes, Matondo, Sima, Sterling, Balogun and Danilo. So really interesting. Roof starting, you know, as I said to Dave before the match kicked off, if this is a type of game that he can't get involved in, then when is he going to get involved in? Maybe slightly unusual, Danilo not playing, getting his game. But as I said, there's got to be one eye on the game coming up on Wednesday as well. Into the first half, it took the game a while to get going, but we were patient, we kept plugging away, and we eventually made the possessions and shots count. Ross County were trying to quickly break at the start, and they were chasing balls, they were pressing us, but we largely dealt with it. In the 9th minute, there was a nice move up the park, ended on Roof on the left side of the box. Great cross to the back post with Dessers and a close range header, saved by the keeper and eventually out for the corner. 12th minute, Ross County managed to get free and a shot off right at Butland, but spun up due to the wet surface. Their player nearly snuck in to get another shot, but the whistle had blown for a foul and Suter on the build-up in any case. 16th minute, Tavernier to Raskin down the right. Raskin with a first-time cross finds the head of Lammers, but not enough power and right at the keeper. However, we did get the breakthrough on the 22nd minute, and it was Roof that was scoring. Corner in from the right to the back post. Roof was falling with a player on him, and he still managed to somehow get a foot to it and direct it goalwards into the back of the net. Unconventional, but I don't care. And Roof, that man, when he plays, he just scores. That's what he does. You know, I was fully expecting him shortly after that to go off injured, because that's also what he does, but he lasted a good portion of the game before he got substituted, which was good to see. We quickly made it 2-0 with an absolute stunning goal by Tavernier on the 26th minute. He intercepts a loose ball on the halfway line, he drives the ball forward, looks up, switches feet, and then he's shot from about 20 yards into the top left corner. A goal started by him, made by him, scored by him. Absolutely brilliant from Tavernier there. I know, especially myself, does bang on it about him at times and being a liability at times, but when he does things like that, how can you drop him? I mean, that was just brilliance there. And then the game kind of died down. There was a bit of a midfield battle with a few chances here and there, nothing really clear cut. Butland had a couple of half saves, their keeper had a couple of half saves, nothing major for either team. On the 45th minute, the last piece of play in the first half, Lammers on the right side of the box, he feigns right, then he cuts back to his left, hits a great curling shot, forcing the keeper into a wonderful save and to keep it out the top bin. Really unlucky that for Lammers there. So going into half time, absolutely delighted with that. You know, as I said, not the greatest of games, but we were certainly 2-0 up and cruising at that point. Ross County, to their credit, were trying, they were pressing us very hard, but it just wasn't coming off for them. The second half, not a great second half at all. It was workmanlike, but it was really scrappy. But ultimately it was job done. There was a couple of moments that did give us a wee scares, given the fact that it was only 2-0, but we got through it unscathed anyway. 46th minute, it was a chance for Ross County, however I missed it, I was at the toilet. 59th minute, Lammers and Roof off, Sima and Matondo on. And that made a big change, because you seen Matondo, just a lot of pace, a lot of energy, having a good few chances. None more so in the 66th minute when he was on the left, drives the ball inwards, has a shot from distance, forcing the keeper into a decent save and out for the corner. Then again on the 69th minute, Matondo down the left, passes to the overlapping Barisic, who has a great cross in, a close range header by Sima, forcing a good save from the keeper and cleared out for the corner by the defender. 70th minute, there was a header by Ross County and a comfortable save for Butland. 71st minute, Borna dallying in our own half on the right hand side. He was robbed of the ball, some suggestions that he was maybe fouled. I thought he was just robbed, to be honest. It was passed to the left, a shot at the edge of the box and tipped over the bar by Butland, so that was probably Ross County's best chance of the game. Should have been a corner, but it wasn't given for some weird reason. 72nd minute, Cantwell and Dessers off, Danilo and Lawrence on. 83rd minute, Danilo with a shot and palmed away by the keeper. 83rd minute, Raskin off, Jack on. 84th minute, lovely ball to Matondo down the left, a great cross across goal. Sima was sliding in, but he couldn't get there in time. If he had connected with it, it was into the back of an empty net. And in the 92nd minute, it was a save by Butland, but it was a fairly easy take. So ultimately, we wanted more goals, but sometimes that's just not going to happen. If you look back in the game, I don't think we were ever in any real danger. Yes, Ross County had a couple of chances, but it was relatively easy for Butland to save, bread and butter saves ultimately. So I don't think we were really in any danger. I'm just a bit disappointed we never added to the tally, because I felt we could have pushed a wee bit harder. But again, with the one eye on Wednesday night, I can kind of understand that. With the team selection as well, a bit strange that Danilo, your supposedly keynote striker, once again starting on the bench. This team needs time to knit together. This would have been an ideal game, but you can hardly argue when Roof comes on from out the blue and scores a goal. So, and he certainly was involved in a good few things as well. So happy with the 3 points. We'll see what happens over the rest of the weekend with the other teams. So that lines us up for Wednesday, as I've said. Big important game away in Eindhoven. Anything can happen. It really can. Look what happened last year, where the exact same scoreline and we managed to get a victory over there as well. Dave or I will be back with a post-match after that game. So thank you for Rangers for not messing up our weekend with the early kick-off. Thanks for listening. Enjoy the rest of your weekend and goodbye.